Woo, woo. Hey, Auntie.
My goodness. Hey, Ash. I'm supposed to be the one with memory issues. I'm the older one. I'm the
Well,
elder.
remember,
What
I
is
have
going?
short-term memory loss.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were diagnosed by the 10-year-old. Nope, not today. Okay, not today. We're not having it. We're not having it today. Nope.
Give it.
Okay, so I am first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am
Welcome.
Auntie, and that is
I'm Ash.
okay, Auntie and Ash, and we are here every Friday evening at
Yes,
7 p.m. Central Standard Time for your amusement, your enjoyment, your entertainment, your pleasure, and hopefully we can educate you or just stretch your brain to make you think things that make you go,
yes.
Okay. Yes, things that make you go, hmm.
Hmm.
So tonight, Ashley, what are we talking about?
Oh, geez.
Lord help us, one and
We're
all.
talking about angry black women.
Does that exist? Is that a thing?
Of course not.
Oh
We
my.
are all angels. We're nice. Excuse me. You don't think so? Okay.
So this angry black woman trope.
Mm.
What are your thoughts about it? Have you ever been called an angry black woman? Have you ever felt like an angry black woman? Have you ever encountered anything that made you wanted to be the angry black woman?
Well, of course. I mean, um, when you go through any type of deep trauma, it
Hmm.
definitely stirs you up, and it definitely will push you to the forefront to seem and sometimes act as an angry black woman.
Hmm.
So most definitely I have been the angry black girl, and I have been the angry black woman.
Hmm.
Um but I don't know. I think when I see an angry black woman, I'm always working to figure out in my head like why they're that way, right? There is something that created that angriness, that anger, right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, it exists, but not without a why and not without a what.
Okay, thank you. I love that. And I think though, I would say yes and I'm the yes and queen,
Okay.
right? I would say yes and I believe anger exists.
Yes,
What I do not believe is that black women own anger.
got you.
I don't think it's something that we're the only ones that exude it. I
Fact.
think I think that trope was designed to manipulate and control us.
Mm.
It's just like when we think about the nagging term. I hate that term. Why is a woman such a nag? Is she a nag or did you do something several times and she continuously first she let it slide, second time she probably brought it up, third time she's a gentle reminder, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 29th time and she is exhausted with you.
Hmm.
And now instead of you taking ownership of not respecting her boundaries, you call her a nag. You call her the angry black woman. And it is very manipulative, very strategically placed. I don't think we, Black people, created it, first of all.
Hmm.
I think it was totally designed to divide. It's a very divisive term. But speaking to what you said, the yes and is here. What happened to you?
Exactly.
There's a book behind me. I don't know if you can see it. It's on my little, no, you probably can't. It's on my little shelf back there. And it literally is titled What Happened to You with Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And instead of saying, What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Why are you so angry?
What happened?
What happened?
Hmm.
Where's this coming from? Because anger is a
Exactly.
secondary emotion and it generally comes from hurt, it comes from disappointment, it comes from all these
Disappointment.
other things. But it's a secondary emotion. So the concept of the angry black woman, it annoys me. Here we go with my annoyances again. Is that an auntie thing? Seem like I'm
I'll
always
be
annoyed.
annoyed.
I think we've been around the sun too many times and we're like, enough already. What we're not
Yeah,
doing is this again.
exactly.
Nope. Not today. We're not doing it today or any day, okay? We are tired. And so I want to hear about the tired Black woman instead.
Oh,
How about that?
spicy. Or the so I thought this was very interesting. I do not know her name,
Okay.
but I know that it's Jamal Bryant's sister. And
Hmm.
she's like over the American psychology, something.
Oh,
She's
okay.
also like a Methodist preacher,
Mhm.
not Methodist, AME, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, she's highly degreed,
Mhm.
you know, and highly educated, highly well versed in the Bible, all of those things.
Okay.
And I thought this was very interesting. She was like, the woman that we usually see that we believe has an attitude, you might believe has an attitude. When I see them, I see despair.
Mhm.
I don't see
Yes.
a woman with just an attitude.
Mhm.
Usually that attitude comes from some type of despair, some type of disappointment, right?
Mhm.
Inner sadness, all of those things.
Mhm.
And I think we're so much trained
Mhm.
to believe that everything is about us, right? If a person is acting a certain way, it has to be us.
Yeah.
A person is blah blah, it has to be us. When in all actuality, it could have nothing to do with you
Mhm.
and everything to do with that person.
Yes. Yes.
We are not trained to say, hey, what's going on? Like,
Are you okay?
are you okay? What
Mhm.
happened?
Mhm.
You know, what transpired? Like, we are not able to. But I've also been in those spaces where I have or did try to. And baby, it didn't go so well. Oh, okay. It didn't go so well.
So I want to share one of my experiences. I used to work in this company, and I've shared it on my platform before. And I worked for really closely with the president of the company, and he was this white Jewish guy. We got along fairly well. He's an introvert. I'm a severe introvert. I understood him. And there was a situation where there was another person, a woman, white Jewish lady. It didn't matter that she was white. It didn't matter that she was Jewish. Those were just part of her identity. But she, I think, felt like he was supposed to be so loyal to her because they were both Jewish, I guess. I don't know what the reasoning was. I'm speculating. But I do know this woman lacked integrity. She was an outright
Mm,
liar. She did the bare minimal. She had the law of least effort, the least amount I can do to get away. That's what she'd do. And she was in a highly a leadership role. She was a VP, and no accountability, no integrity.
mm,
She lied on me to him in his office, and I heard her. And I jumped up, and we had conjoining doors, like doors with the offices that split. I know I didn't explain that well. It's a late night, but we had two offices. I could get to his office from this door, he could get to mine, and we had other doors. She was on the other side, literally flat out lying on me. And I jumped up and I went to the opposite side. His desk is over there, I'm over here, she's over there. And she's in his other doorway, like, yeah, MJ didn't do XYZ. And I was like, wait, what did MJ not do? And I
mhm,
called her on her BS, and I didn't yell. I was at least 100 feet away from her. Okay. 75 to 100 feet away from her. Um, I didn't call her out of her name. I didn't use profanity. I wasn't intimidating. I merely challenged her lie. And he was sitting there, face turning red. And after I said my piece, I went back into my office and finished working. Well, when my performance review came up, great review. Because we would have to like give ourselves a number of what we thought we were, and then our supervisor would say, no, I think you're this or that. He rated me higher than I rated myself in every aspect of my role. And then he said, I wanted to bring this to your attention because a couple of months back this happened, and I've never seen you so angry. And he talked about the situation with this ex VP.
mhm.
I said, so how was I angry? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, you said you've never seen me so angry. How was I displaying anger? What did I do? And this is literally my face. And he's like, well, I mean, she was saying something and you jumped up like, I mean, I heard you get out of your chair. It was abrupt. And I said, and so please tell me, where's the anger though? Was I loud? No. I said, did I use profanity? No. Was I intimidating? No. Was I confrontational? No. Did I get in her space? No. Did I threaten her? No. I didn't call her out of her name. No. So how was I angry? And he just looked at me. I mean, like a deer in headlights. Like, first of all, he was surprised because I'm challenging him on
Mm-hmm.
this trope. And I said, see, I was just about to say his name. I can't say his name. But I said, here's the problem. That is a very disrespectful, dismissive, bias stereotype of Black women that is unfair to Black women. And
Mm-hmm.
it's honestly unfair to you too, because you'll never see me as a full person if
Mm-hmm.
you're only defining me based on a trope. I said, now I've seen white women in board meetings with you flat out curse you out, yell at you, storm out of the room. The only thing you do the next day, you will check on them to make sure they're okay. You'll tell them to take the day off. This technically, literally happened, Ash, on more than one occasion with more than one white woman. I said, but me confronting a lie that is blatantly a lie that she's spewing to my supervisor, because I confront it, somehow I'm angry.
Right.
I said, do you see anything wrong with that? Tears started to form in his eyes.
Mm.
I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I've never looked at it like that. I didn't know I was doing that. I'm not. I said, you don't have to say you're not a racist. I know that. But it's bias. And he was like, I'm so sorry. He kept apologizing. I was like, I forgive you. And I moved on like nothing ever happened. I never held it against him. To this day, I still respect him. But he fell into that space of bias towards and against Black women.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're not careful, even as Black women, as Black people, we will be biased and have those same biases against our own
Yeah.
people if we're not careful.
I mean,
Anger does not belong to Black women.
no.
Any and
It
everybody can
belongs
display
to
anger.
yes, it belongs to anger belongs to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think sometimes people can be intimidated by the way that Black women may express their anger,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like you said, it could be in the most calm way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even if I'm assertive, I'm still angry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even if I'm not backing down, I'm somehow still angry,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but I definitely, I mean, unfortunately, there has always been a disconnect between, I don't know why, I don't want to say this, but there has always been a disconnect between Black women and women of other color,
Yeah. Of course.
you know,
That's strategic. Uh-huh.
and that is, yes,
Mm-hmm.
there's always been a disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
And um, I think because we can be so demonstrative, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That can come off as angry, right? We like, but well, it did,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and it's like,
Yes, and because even in my case, when I shared that story, I literally had witnessed on two separate occasions, two separate white women yell profanities at him to his face
oh
in
wow.
meetings and storm out of the door. And
Now, see,
all he
I've never
did,
been in those types of situations.
oh,
Never.
I have been
Because when I'm
up.
angry, I'm angry. I mean, it's not no, you know, it's
Mhm.
not a in between, right?
And see, for
Um,
me, I'm older, right? So I've worked a lot in corporate America, downtown Chicago, those kind of roles. It's like you see all these personalities coming out, right? And you're
Right,
used to a
exactly.
certain, you know, and so I've seen these things and I clock them. Oh, okay, she just cursed him out. Okay, duly noted. And so in a moment where my tone is just like this, and I'm asking, how was I angry?
Right.
And this was the same tone that I had when I
When you're
challenged
talking to
her.
ladies. Mm.
Same tone. So he couldn't
And
say I
Rose
was
do that on
loud.
purpose so that you can't say it.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and let's talk about the moments in which we have dotted every I and crossed every T.
Yes.
And we're still
Like that moment. And it's up to us though. Here's the thing. In that moment, now in that moment I wasn't really thinking about the women to come, right? But as I reflect back and I think about him and he's no longer at that company nor am I. But I think back, I know that I made an impact on him and I know he's never done that again
mm-hmm,
since that
mm-hmm,
moment. It was my responsibility to challenge him and let it fall where it may, because in that moment I think so often we just accept it. Not
gotcha.
today. Nope, not today. Not with this girl. So we accept it, so the next black woman that comes, she has to face it, and the next black woman and the next, until somebody stands up and says no, that is bias, that is
Yes.
not. When did black women own anger?
Yeah,
When I've seen white women cuss you out.
that part.
And I didn't do any of that. But you didn't call them
What
angry.
did you call it
They
angry?
weren't an angry white woman
I
because
mean,
that
we've seen a ton of Karens lately.
hello, hello. And then as soon as you challenge them, oh my gosh, I'm intimidated. I'm scared. I was so afraid. What? You're
Now,
the angry one.
I might have never been through the angry black woman in corporate America,
Uh-huh.
but boy, have we seen the manipulative. I'm scared
Of what?
moments from
Mm.
our.
Yes, of now I'm scared.
Don't be scared now, man.
Mhm.
You were
Show
just you
show
was
me
going
your
for what you
papers.
knew.
Why are you over here?
You were no, 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 because our friends have been going for what they know,
Mhm.
and then when you pull the rug from up under their feet,
Mhm.
now, now you're a damsel in distress. You're a damsel in distress. No,
Or the tears.
please don't
It
get me
ma-
started
it
because
You can't talk about the angry black woman without talking about
the
you can
damsels in
you
distress.
can't. You can't.
Those damsels in distress have killed many of black men.
Hello. Have been the source of many black mothers' tears.
Yes. Wait, the angry black women's tears? Oh my
Yeah, because they cry.
God.
They
No.
cry.
Is that the why? Can't believe it, friend. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
So this is a tough topic, but it is a
But
necessary
wait,
topic. Go.
yes, but there is a. You ain't gonna believe this, Auntie.
Uh-oh, what, Ash?
So have you seen that woman, the brick lady, as they would call
The brick lady. What is this?
her? Okay.
I missed it. You know I'm
So
old.
there's a lady who is a scammer. She acts like a man has hit her with a brick.
I have seen. Okay. I saw. Who did I see talking about that? So that was proven that
Yes! And they said she was putting like some type of something in the
injection in her cheek or something, her face.
ma'am. Wait, the part that killed me was when she said that the don't stop watching this.
What happened?
She said that lesbians was here before men. She was just spewing all kinds of things.
Make it make sense, Way. How did the men get here then?
Exactly.
How were they born? How were they
He
conceived?
was saying all kinds of things.
Wait, is that because of the brick that hit her face that jumbled her
Supposedly.
brain?
Allegedly.
What?
But they said that she's done this before. Like she has made GoFundMe's.
So if y'all didn't know, Ash just segued away from angry black women to the brick lady. So I just want to, because y'all probably trying to weave it in like, wait, where's she going with this? How's this the angry black woman? Now we just on a cultural
Tip,
topic.
because it was getting a little heavy.
Yeah. Thank you.
It was getting a little heavy. We didn't want all that mayonnaise on the bread. So what?
Ooh, I got that. I picked up what you were putting
We're
down.
gonna
I
put
got
a
it.
little lettuce on the sandwich.
Need a little
So-
cheese. Yeah.
And cheese.
Yes.
No. The fact that everybody was believing this lady.
Oh my.
Everybody thought that she had really got like hit
Smacked in the face with a brick.
with a brick.
So when you think about the impact of a brick hitting your face, do you think
You
like
shouldn't be able
what's
to
her
do nothing.
right? Wouldn't her eye be busted? Wouldn't there
And
be
that's what everybody was
blood?
saying. Like, how is she still talking?
Right. Teeth falling out, something. Not just your face is
Your face
swollen.
should be like smeared or smashed or something.
Blood somewhere. Was there,
Yes.
I didn't see any blood. I just saw the protrusion or
You just
protruding
saw that
cheek
she went
or
to the dentist.
yeah. So, okay, I'm glad you did this detour. So, and I know you're going to be like, Auntie went way far left. I'm telling you now, because it's a thought. It's a thought that I had that I'm going to connect right now. So, we're
This
talking
is me
about
stirring the pot.
schemers. I know, yeah. But no,
Okay.
schemers. So when we talk about these different generations, in my
Okay.
generation, we believed in working hard, right? So even when I had my daughter, college was not an option, even though I couldn't afford to send her there.
Okay.
Right? College was not an option. I sent her money on a regular basis as much as I could while she was away at school, but it wasn't an option. It was always something I put in her from being a little girl. These days, I don't think parents are doing that now. Now, because you can make so much money in social media, this, that, and the other. But doesn't that open the door for you to lose integrity and focus and falling into schemes like this? I'm just asking.
So, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where you feel like you have to put on like a show or an act in order to acquire money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm gonna say this because you know I have professional friends. I mean, and I'm gonna say this. So from kindergarten to 8th grade, I went to a Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my friends from that school are doing well.
Okay.
Most of them have careers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All of them are not scammers. We are
Okay.
not doing a toodaloo and telling somebody that we get slapped by Godzilla in order to like make money. I think it depends on where you're from, right?
Okay.
What you're shown, all of those things. You know, my family was very much into college. Most of us are college graduates, right? So that scammer life was just not instilled. But I do think that lack of work ethic, you know,
ding, 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 ding.
But I'm gonna say for me and my people, we do have work ethic, but we believe in working smart,
yes,
right? Versus overworking yourself.
Yeah. And I'm not really referring to your generation in
that wants it in the microwave, out of the microwave fast.
Yes. And I'm not referring necessarily to your generation in that way. Like we raised your generation. So
Mhm.
we were the workers. We, focused on you got to go to college, you have to get a good job, whatever. I'm talking about as you're raising your children. That's what
Oh,
I'm seeing more, even though
yes.
she's your
Yeah,
age
I want to
range.
be which one be when I want to be a YouTuber. That's what
Exactly.
I want to be robot. I want to be that.
What?
I'm gonna be the next. I'm be the next YouTube person. And
Yes,
it's like,
YouTube
but
influencer.
most of the YouTubers that are popular now, they was putting videos in for 10 years.
Since 2009 and 10. Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
now they have candle companies.
Yes.
Now they have endorsements. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Shout out
Yes.
to I love me some Jackie Aina. Jackie.
I do too. Jackie, 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 Jackie,
Okay.
Jackie, 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 Jackie,
Yes.
Jackie, Jackie.
I mean, Jackie is a old
Yes, she
flipping
is.
G. Okay.
Yes,
When
yes.
that camera was grainy and she was putting that
Mhm.
lipstick on,
Yes.
she was about that life.
Yes. And she had a great work ethic. It
She did.
wasn't, I'm going to put in 2 hours today and expect to blow up tomorrow. I should go viral tomorrow, right?
And the problem is, I want to put in 2 hours today and be viral tomorrow.
I
And
do too.
that's the
Hey
problem.
y'all, can y'all share this video out so we can go viral?
Yes, that's my problem. Is that in my head, that's who I want to be, but in
Yeah.
my heart, I know who my mama raised, and I'm a
Yes.
hard worker.
Yes.
So yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
No, yes. And so that's why I said not necessarily your generation, because Taylor, right? She's
right,
working her full-time job. She's a full-time mom. She's a full-time wife,
exactly,
and she has a licensed bakery, right? Really
exactly,
licensed. Like,
yeah,
so she doing all the things, but so not necessarily your generation, but my problem or question becomes, but what are y'all raising? Not that I'm concerned about you and her, but as a
right. But what about the
generation,
rest of them? Yeah,
as
because
a generation.
is it enough of us that have morals and values
Exactly.
and and God and and have foundation, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
'Cause it's so easy. We talk about influencers.
Because like I said, some of them, I think for my kids who are in 5th grade, they
Mhm.
probably see when they like, she my mama, she my auntie
Yeah.
age. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm not quite old enough for them to be like, well, she just automatically gains respect.
Yeah. True.
No,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
and not realizing like I'm the same age as some of their mamas. Wasn't having kids at 26. I just wasn't. My
Yeah.
mama had scared me out of that. She did. If you have a kid, you ain't gonna be no. And I'm not gonna be sitting at home with your kid. And I was like, oh, I ain't gonna be having no kid no time soon. She was, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now they ahead of the curve.
Mhm.
And I'm at the school reprimanding their kid, trying to make sure that they doing what they supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
But I often say I don't want these people to take
Yeah.
care as I get older
Mhm.
because I don't know how they gonna turn out. You know what I'm saying?
Girl.
Like, and it's
Seriously.
now I do
Because
have some of them where you like, God, if that's my doctor, I'm gonna be all right.
yeah.
So it's a lot.
But that's the problem. That very thing you were talking about is influencers. We think about influencers, but we don't think about I don't think we put enough thought into the fact that they have influence.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that sounds like duh, you call them an influencer, but they have influence. So that whole concept, the way we used to, I don't know that anybody does it anymore, but with the way we used to look at superstars, celebrities, as in,
Mhm.
they have a responsibility. These
That is not
influencers
there
don't
anymore.
that's what I was about to say. They don't care about that. They're not
No,
concerned about
it
what your
wasn't
kids are learning
Rihanna,
from them.
or it was somebody that told the parents that I'm not trying to be your kid's role model. And this is the thing. Unfortunately, you know, let's talk about it in terms of how we often feel.
Mhm.
People who have been through deep sexual trauma and abuse.
Mhm. Mhm.
There are challenges and trials and responsibilities that we have to take that we
Mhm.
didn't even put our own self in, right? And I think our industry needs to go back to thinking like, to whom much is given, much is
Much is
required.
required.
Exactly. And I'm not saying that you gotta live your life for somebody's child, right? But there has to be a level of, I know I'm being watched.
But how do you teach morals to an adult? Because that's what the conversation sounds like to me.
No. Some of it is not about teaching morals to adults. Some of it is about the gain of power and the losing of morals.
But this is the thing that pops up for me when you think about influencers and you're thinking about virality and getting sponsorships, and we're sponsored by this ad and that ad, and the more sponsors I get, the more provocative people are, provocateurs just to go viral, right? So it's like you're talking about, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? But people, for the love of money, they will lose it. So it's like love, the love of money being the root of all evil. So when you're chasing the dollar, automatically you're chasing evil, because that's the root. You chasing the dollar, you chasing the roots of evil. So if you're chasing the roots of evil and you catch it, it's catching you. Now you're doing anything, because once you're up there, now it's not just, oh, I got up there. How do I stay up here?
Right.
So what did I do to provoke people to be controversial? I got to be more controversial tomorrow. And then the kids are watching this and it's like anything goes. All these stupid little dangerous things. I remember the Tide Pods, where that was like a challenge to eat Tide Pods, the detergent. Remember? It's like,
no, I don't, because I would know.
Girl, it's Tide Pods. It's always some kind of dangerous. The whole break me out the plastic, I'm acting brand new.
Bring me out the plastic.
I said break me.
Now that one was kind of fun.
Auntie, I am seriously, Auntie. I said break me out the plastic.
Bring me out the plastic.
So you would put a plastic bag over your head that can suffocate you to be what? Like to do what? Like I'm doing what now?
You weren't even in that plastic for a long time, baby.
Who knows? That. Maybe you do. Maybe something happens.
That's my thing. I don't know the rest of the song though.
That's all I know, because of the trend of, I was about to say breaking again, but the trend of ripping me out the plastic. Like, come on. Like, come on. The things that we do in the name of money are going viral. It's like, yeah, everybody wants to have a good life. I know everyone would love to retire and never work again and just make money off of these videos. We want to impact the world, and we also want to build our following, all the real things, right? But I'm not going to sell my soul or lower my standards or my morals or my values or my integrity to get there. And yet that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like,
yeah,
the easiest path ever, but there's a way that seems right unto man, the end thereof is destruction. So it's like, yeah, it might be popular, don't mean it's right though. How about that?
That's true. But once again, I mean, well, we're also talking about generations of industry people and stars who were very much connected to the community, right?
Yes.
They were very grounded, right?
Yes.
They were activists.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are all things that allow you to step outside of yourself. Right. And so the industry that we see now is very insulated, right?
Yes.
To just that person.
True. It's true, because I want to be viral, because I want to be a billionaire.
Yep.
And I don't care at what cost. I want this. It's one of these influencers. I love him. Keith Lee. Have you heard of Keith Lee?
I feel like I have.
He does the restaurant reviews, food reviews.
I like Keith Lee.
I love me some Keith Lee, and he's so wholesome. I mean, there's another side to him too, but he's pretty much wholesome.
I give it a 9.5.
Right.
I give it a 7.5.
Yes. Yes.
I like him.
I like him a lot, and he's a family guy and all this. But
Mhm.
I've watched him, I followed him and everything, just trying to encourage. And, sometimes, and I'm not this person, but sometimes I'll leave a message of encouragement because you see people like that who break through doing great things, helping other people, because
Yes.
that's what he's doing. And he ends up blessing his family because he's helping other people. And then here come the vultures,
Yep.
right? The vipers. Like, why is that not? Why can't we all collectively celebrate that? Even though he has a lot of
Exactly.
followers, but if you look in his comments, there's always haters. Always. And it's like,
Always.
I mean, why can't we normalize being good? Why can't we normalize morals and values and integrity?
That part.
So if we want to go back and tie it all up with angry black woman, if I got to be an angry black woman, I'm angry about that. I'm angry about the fact that we have to step it up as my generation, your generation, and say, no, this is what's right. This is what's acceptable. This is what's good. Let's make that popular. Let's make that a trend. Let's make doing the right thing. And I know I sound like somebody's old auntie. I don't care. I am. Let's make that a trend. Yes. Because what's left in the next generation? You talking about, some of the kids, most of the kids, you're like, oh, I don't want that to be my doctor. I'll just go home and die slowly. But that's a sad state, and you're a
I
teacher.
be singing, "Come on in my
In the
room."
room,
Jesus is
come
my
on,
doctor, and he
he
writes
writes out
down
all my
my
scriptures.
scripture. That will be me. Okay. For me, it's not because I've
Oh,
never been in like that corporate world of
yeah.
the angry black woman. Now, one time, yes, but murky time.
Yeah.
However, I think for me the wrap up is let's ask why.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
ask why. Let's ask what happened.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I think the why can tell us more than sometimes the who.
And sometimes the what.
Yeah.
If you're seeing anger, it's a secondary emotion. What's under
Yes.
it? What's the primary
What
emotion?
is what's the root of it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's normalize the whys and deliverance services.
Yes. Yes. And let's normalize work. And
Yes.
I don't mean because we can talk about God and it's by grace are we saved and not of that of
Oh, for
ourselves.
sure.
And
No, but
we could we,
work.
could- we could do that. But let's normalize the work that we have to do on ourselves. Let's normalize the fact that it's not always outside. Sometimes you're pointing at that person, but that thumb's pointing at you. Sometimes even as you're seeing something and you think you know what you're seeing, if you stop and listen, just listen. Listen before judging, listen before talking. Sometimes that angry person will tell you if you listen long enough what's really going on.
Exactly.
And sometimes you can be part of the solution instead of the problem.
Problem. Yeah.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's really not about you.
Oh my.
It's really not like, oh, when I saw her, she was looking like this.
Hello. Do
Or
you
when I
know what she just went through?
she did so and so, so and so. Um, yeah, I think we gotta, and I know it's hard because
Mhm.
we live in a society where everything is so black and white.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
do.
the only reason why she could be looking that way is because she feel a way about me. Or not.
And
Or
that's
her
why
toes hurt.
And that's why I said do the work, because when you do the work on you and you enter a space, I don't automatically defer to what's wrong with that person. Why are they looking at me like that? I know I've done my work, so I don't care about how you're looking at me. So 9 times out of 10, I'm not even paying attention to your expressions of stank face or rest in B face. I'm not even because I'm
Beyond that.
becoming the person I want to be. So I have confidence now. Often we walk around in these spaces that we're so insecure or judgmental or whatever the thing is that's in
Exactly.
us that we need to work out of us. So now we're deflecting and projecting on others.
And this is the thing. It's not guess what? Because I went to a church where everybody, I want to say everybody, where there was constant conflict. You would
Mm.
think because you were in a church house that
Wow.
this person, there would be no conflict and this would be blah blah blah. But it was just a group of unhealed people,
Sick people. Yep.
and people were just shouting and
Mhm.
speaking in tongues
And
and
not doing the work.
hollering, and then you say sorry, and then the next week you arguing, and you know, like, and it was just cyclically toxic. But the thing about it is that for some odd reason, we think that we can say Jesus, 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 Jesus. We can shout, we can dance, we can say hallelujah, we can speak in a heavenly language, we can speak the tongues of men and angels.
Have
We
you
think
been looking at next week's topic already?
we think we can do all of those things and not have to do the work.
Faith without what is dead?
Works.
Being alone? Works, works, works.
I'm
Work,
just
work, 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 work.
work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, we actually believe that. We also actually believe that not mastering yourself is a part of Christianity. And it's not.
But we use the excuse. Look at how we all over the place. But we use the excuse. Uh,
now
I'll
we
stand. Wait,
now
wait,
we
wait.
gonna preach a sermon.
I know. We got to go out on the go out. But I'll sin and fall short of the glory of God. That is your excuse to not do better. Because I'll sin.
Well,
Everybody's
this is the
imperfect.
thing. My question is this: from 12 to 30, what do we think Jesus was doing?
Hello. I have set that up. Don't preach when I've preached.
He was doing the work,
He was
friend.
doing the
He
work.
was
He was
mastering
preparing.
himself so that he would be able to give himself to the world.
He was
But
putting
I
his
think we're
flesh
going
under
to
subjection. He was he
exactly.
was he was letting those hormones, because he was made in the likeness and image just like we were, but he had that flesh suit. So he had to go through puberty and all this other emotional stuff. He had to die to that mess. So he said, before I go out there and take my toxicity and poison everybody, I'm going to sit my little butt right here until I'm
Because
whole.
who's to say he wasn't tired of Joseph and he didn't want to tell him, "You not my daddy anyway."
Because those hormones, I'm sure he told him. We just
Exactly.
didn't read about it. Them hormone girl bye. And his brain's still developing
Exactly. Me, wait.
till 25 or 26.
And you got knowledge beyond your years?
Beyond your years. So you already think kids already think they know everything. Can you imagine them being Jesus? Who actually probably does know everything.
Imagine me trying to teach Jesus. No, y'all get him to class.
And his hormones are going too. Girl, bye. We have to do the work. We have to do the work. So when we think about angry Black woman, that trope, that bias, that stereotype,
Yes.
I want to challenge every listener, every person watching. The next time you look, if you're a Black person, a white person, a Middle East person from the Middle East, a person from Asia, wherever you're from, and you see a Black woman and you think maybe she's acting out of character or in a character that is angry, how about you just sit, observe, say nothing maybe, but never challenge that thought to say, challenge the thought that presents itself that says that's an angry Black woman.
Exactly.
And how about you challenge that to say, when you see anger displayed, it's a secondary emotion. There's something under it. As long as you're not in harm's way, how about you just have a Coke and a smile and have a nice day instead of judging that woman? How about you open your brain to realize there's no such thing as an angry Black woman. There are angry people. People can display anger. Male, female, any color, ethnicity, region, whatever. Everyone feels angry. Jesus felt angry. Hello. Now we could be angry, but we can't sin. Yeah. So how about there is no angry Black woman? There are people who display anger. People. That's the challenge I want. I want us to challenge ourselves to be better and to do better. I want the trends to be better. I want us to create trends that are better. That make us better. That was heavy, but still fun.
It
Still
was.
fun.
It was.
So thank you, Ash. This was amazing. And I said, were you looking at the next topic? Because next week we'll be talking about how Christianity has changed over time, different generations, how I view it, how your experience, mine, all that stuff, all the goodies. We're going to make it fun though. So please like and share. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you're talking about these videos. Make sure you're sending us topics. Make sure if you have any questions that you're sending them. Ashley, would you like to leave the viewers, the listeners with anything?
Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. You know what? You were talking about like let's trend this. Let's trend like empathy, right?
Oh,
You know,
hashtag empathy.
let's bring back the good old the big E. You know,
Hashtag empathy.
and I'm
Hashtag forgiveness.
Yes, but
Hey,
yeah,
wait, why don't we start hashtags beginning with the letter A and just go through and create new positive hashtags?
that would be fun.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mhm.
please like, please subscribe and share. And if you want to follow me on any other socials,
Yes.
like Instagram,
Uh-huh.
my Instagram is I am Ash Janelle, and on Facebook, I have two pages actually. One is just my regular page, Ash Janelle, and the other one is Notes with Ash. On YouTube, I'm also Notes with Ash. So if you would like to follow me on any of yes, baby. So if you would like to follow me on any of those socials,
do that. And if you'd like to follow me, out of my shell, Lord the voice, out of my shell _ the voice, Instagram, out of my shell the voice on YouTube, and you can go ahead and follow my out of my shell the voice page on Facebook. I have 2 Facebook pages too. So thank you all. We will see you next Friday. Bye. Bye.
Bye.